Good morning. Good morning. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let's get this party started. Let's see. Fix up my charts first. Ooh, nice pop from Amazon. All right, guys. All right, cool. Should be good to go. How's everybody doing out there? How has everybody managed the last few weeks? Ooh, what did Overstock do? OSTK. OSTK. Oh, they sell off, huh? So it looks like I drew this before. Had this as support, obviously, because we had a bunch of touches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 6-1 didn't hold, now did it? Back in December. Knifed right through. It's going to open up around 45, closed at 36, so it's up, what, 20, what's that, 25%? Not bad. Looks like we're still flat on SPX. Still chopping around this 42.20 zone. Or what is this here? 4,300. 42 is down here somewhere. Which I think eventually will probably get another test and just create another lower high and come down and test this one more time. And I think if this gives way, it's 3,800, but we're not there yet. We'll probably get another pop, some relief, a relief bounce from all of this here. You know, but all we're making is higher highs or lower highs and lower lows. So it's not unrealistic that we see 4,300 by the end of the week. Because we would just be continuing the pattern, and that's it. A true trend change comes above 44.70. Oh, it's up 23% on earnings. Okay, that makes sense. Jeez, what did they say? What could they have said to make it pop 25%? Is it sales growth? Maybe I'll read the chat. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know. I don't see anything right away, but all right. Let's look at NQ. NQ was saved by So this zone here is basically this support here, or excuse me, resistance. So this is just one long one here, which I guess I could drag out. Which is pretty interesting, all things considered. I always say look left, and this is what happens when you look left. So it's using its resistance as some type of support, like it did back here in June. You know, if you zoom in, I guess, or zoom out. Oh, I forget what they're calling it. To me, it would be, I guess, zooming in. If you zoom in and look. Apple is interesting. Looks like it held this trend line. You know, I talked about this in the video yesterday. So let's see what the reaction will be. Do we will it be an inside bar? Will we make our way back up to the ADMA at 68? I have a friend of mine who has a bunch of Apple shares, and he was trying to figure out what to do with them. You know, he's long and been long, so long the name. So I don't, you know, I guess a safe place to maybe have a stop loss is 55. You know, anything below 55 would probably come back down and test this trend line down here at 144, which is a long-term trend line for Apple. You know, I'd be shocked if it broke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, we're pretty far away from testing that trend line. Tesla has it's a small pop. Was that 14? Small pop. Corn pop. $15 move overnight. Yeah, but we're again right. We're just below the middle trend line. And it likes to hang around this area. It just likes to gravitate, except for the 1, 2, 3, 4 times that it tested the lower trend line. So that might be too much too soon. RSI is, you know, creeping towards 30. So I don't know if that move happens this week. Any ticker you guys are watching? Facebook 200. If you've been hanging around the live chats, I've said it every morning that looks like Facebook wanted 200. Really looked like it wanted 190. You know, I don't have a crystal ball, but you know, we have 2 days left in the week. I'd be, you know, OPEX is behind us. I'd be shocked if we didn't get some type of bounce. You know, even if it's just a small relief bounce. 50, 75 point day on SPX. What's SPY look like? Hold on. Yeah, SPY got to 430. It's tough. Amazon, I think, eventually will gravitate towards here again at some point. I don't think it'll happen this week. If things start to move lower this week, it's a really bad sign heading into the weekend. You know, coming off of a short week. I don't think it gives people a lot of confidence. There's also not a lot of volume right now. And obviously, we know we need volume to send us in one direction or another. You know, and that's how we get chop. You know, low volume stuff. You know, retail traders. It's not when there's not big volume. There's just not much for us to do. If you follow Adam, what's his last name? Maichi, on Twitter, he talks about seasonality with SPX. Really good trader, and really being patient as well. So I can probably move this down some. I guess it doesn't matter. It's out of that channel. Diggswell, what's going on, my guy? How are you? Good morning. Thank you for stopping by, of course. What are you watching? Let's see. Let me put the dog away. Hold on. Amazon, of course. Nothing on Amazon yet. Can't play it until it gets here. Looked at Overstock. Let's look at PayPal. Let's see why I've been hearing chatter about PayPal. I think the last time I looked at PayPal, we were talking about wanting to see a rounded bottom. You know, it kind of bottoming out and making its way back to the upside. So doing something like that. All right, sorry about that. What up, Jaden? How you doing? How's your trading been? Get out of this. All right, let's just look at my watch list. Microsoft looks like almost a bullish hammer candle on the daily. Opening up around 290. In about 15 minutes, I can move this fib. That doesn't apply anymore. But look what happens when we hit this zone again. We bounced. So we're still there. Tesla we went over. Facebook we went over. Amazon we went over. Let's look at Disney. I feel like Disney hasn't moved in, man, ages. But we know that's not true. So that gap filled, I can delete that. We just need this major gap to fill at some point. I mean, we don't need anything, but yeah, very choppy. I found it very hard to trade. I haven't taken a trade in I don't know how many days. It's probably been at least 7 since a real trade. Excuse me, not even scalp. I haven't even scalped. So it's just been too choppy. I've found other things to do during the day, and just kind of watch price action, watch premium, popped my head in and out of the chat, but nothing crazy. So let's see what else we got. AMD's found its way back to 115, up 2%. Premarket, nice golden pocket bounce here too. Yesterday's move had good volume, just couldn't stick, couldn't get over the ADMA. So looks like we're gonna open up above the 8, and today could be our nice recovery day, bull day of the week. You know, we get at least 1 or 2. So JPM up 1%. I still have a couple contract runners left from that 170 April call. I don't know, I need that. Square has earnings when? Tomorrow. This looks like before market open. Up 2.5%. I find Square to be unplayable. Look at this chart, and you guys tell me how you play something like this for a swing. Just really choppy. Let's look at the weekly. And the weekly isn't any better. Man, imagine selling off here 266. You know, back in October, once it lost the ADMA. Jeez. Here it lost 40 points in a day. That's crazy. What happened in November? That's ugly. Uber Weekly's ugly too. Goodness gracious. Let's see what the volume profile looks like. It's right at support. Should be a bounce. Should be a strong bounce here, actually. That's interesting. I wouldn't, obviously I'm not going to play it, but a buddy of mine called me yesterday, and it's really what prompted part of my video. I actually hope he's not watching. Said he had some DraftKings puts. They were down 33%, and I think he had $16 puts that expire March 4th. And I said, man, here, I'll read you guys the text. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let's see. Let's find the text. He says, what do you think about these? And he sent me a screenshot. He had XOM $80 calls, and those are down 50%. DraftKings $16 puts, and those are down 33%. I basically told him, DraftKings can go lower, but it's going to be choppy from there, and premiums will get chopped up. And I said, quote, if it gets a pop to 19 tomorrow, you're down 80%, and it got a pop today to looks like 1950. So, just don't force things. I think people are forcing trades because they're bored, and we're just used to trading all the time and having something to trade and a setup to trade. So it's not the time yet. There will be one. I don't think it's that time. So we'll see. Let's look at Snap. I can delete that. That gap did fill. Looks like he might be able to pull a fib here too. .382 looks like it held to the penny at close. So that's interesting too. Snap loves to react to. Snap is an algo-driven name. Algos play this heavily. If the .382 holds and it runs back up, I'd look for pretty much any type of call above 39. But it has to hold. It has to hold for multiple days. I gotta see something like that. I still don't think it's the environment to swing anything, because next week we can chop around. How might we scalp or day trade AMD today? Let's take a look. It's a good question, Digswell. ND. Drop down to the hourly first. It's the first thing I look at. And just see the price action. If you look at the last couple hours, very tough to trade. Going back to yesterday's close. It's a double top, essentially. Negated the break of the ADMA. So we're going to open up well above it. I think the safest entry would be above 19 and a quarter. 119 and a quarter. So 119.25. 119.25. I can do better than that. Hold on. Above 119.25 on volume. The key is on volume. And then you drop down to the 15. My rule of thumb in day trading and scalps, anything, if I'm playing bull, anything above the ADMA on the time frame that you're trading. So if you're trading 15-minute time frame, let the 15-minute candles close, and play out. If you're playing the 5-minute time frame, let those close out. If you're playing the 2-minute time, you get my point. Hourly 15 and 5 is what I use to scalp. It's going to open up 2.5% higher than where it closed yesterday. So I think this candlestick here is the one to watch. Excuse me, this wick. The dog's going ham in there. I gave him some new toys to distract him. So hopefully he wouldn't go crazy. Yeah, so 119, make it a round number. 119 and a quarter on volume, something like that looks like this. These volume bars down here. Something above average volume. Not below it. So you want a big, you want a big volume bar, something like that, which we might get right at open. But that was a good question. And from the 15-minute time frame, because again, these look like tweezer tops, double top, all that. So you really needed to clear these tweezers, semi-tweezers, almost tweezers, and clear this double top on volume to get going for a move to the upside. And know your risk. Like, define what you're willing to lose on the trade, and don't get faked out. Because we'll come in, we'll get our profit takers, we'll get a flush, you'll get, a big open red candle, and then, a trending day for the rest of the day probably. So, but very good question. Very good question. Overdraft Kings, Roku. Roku on the daily. Top down approach. Still in that channel. Just kind of hanging around the mid channel line. I think it sold off pretty hard, right? From earnings? Yeah, it did. $20. I think Josh was in 140s. That was a great entry. Great play. I think he got from 160 to 140. So you got, whatever you paid, $20 in intrinsic value. They still crushing Spotify for Joe? Let's see. Premarket, no data. I don't know. What does that mean? Never seen that before. Snow can't keep above 300, which is crazy to me. Like, I feel like every other day it's at 300 and then just sells off. CRM. Let's look at CRM. Earnings play. Earnings are a gamble, Jaden. But, what are we here for? 4 hour. There's not much of a pattern here. It's really choppy. Look at these candles here. Tiny bear flag, gap down, chop, below the ADMA, pop above, fake out, breakout. No volume on that candle either, though. See how it was below? That's how you know it was fake. It's below average volume, really, really tiny bar, but nice pump. That's how people get faked out when it gets taken. Gotta have volume. When is their earnings? March 1st. If you're thinking about bull, you want to see a rounded bottom, starting on starting on lower time frames, hourly, 4 hour, and then making its way up to the daily. If you're looking to play the downside, you really just look for it to stay under the ADMA. And then you flip a coin. That's really how you do it. That's how you do it. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, I don't see much here, Jaden. I mean, it's really ugly. Look how far removed from the ADMA it is. And I think if you wanted to play puts, I think it is too late to play puts. You probably could have played puts last week sometime. Break of the ADMA here. If we're talking about ER. But, I think the premium is baked in. If you're in puts, it's far too late for that. If you're looking for a surprise beat and a move to the upside, maybe you get 220 calls or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe they're pennies. I don't have the chain up. I guess I can look though. Hold on. CRM. Earnings are next week, so you would play March 4th. 220s are $1.39, or they were $1.39 yesterday, which I don't think is a bad play. I think the risk to reward is decent there. Let's pull a reverse fib. Damn, golden pocket is 220. It's not a bad play. I think it's the only play. I think it's too late to play puts if you're going to play puts, unless you're going to play something way outside the money. So, like, if you buy, I don't know, 150s, those are 44 cents. What are 170s? 170s are $1.84. So 175s are $2.63. So 20 down is $2.63. 20 up is $1.98. So down is a little bit more expensive. I think it could go down, but if we've found a short-term bottom, if this holds again like it did before, maybe CRM is lucky and gets the bounce. But for $1.39, it's almost worth finding out if it can get back to 220. There's almost no middle ground for some of these earnings. They're either popping really hard or tanking really hard. So I think there's value in a lotto if you guess right. I gotta look to see why Overstock. What did Overstock say to garner a 25% move after earnings? Hey, we got more people in here. Thank you guys for coming. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Always appreciate you guys attending. I'll probably only go till 7 o'clock today. I'm getting my body fat measured. I guess it's a body scan. So, hoping more to the downside. Okay, if you're hoping more to the downside, things have just been getting shredded. Play 20 up, 20 down. Play 20 down, I mean, if you're going to play the downside. And maybe you get some intrinsic value. But, let me see. Buy puts, CRM. It really it's about how much you want to spend and how much you're willing to lose. That's all trading options is about. What are you willing to let go to zero? 170s or $1.50. Yeah. If you think they'll lose 25% of their value and you want to spend $150 to find out, that 150 can turn into 20 if you're right. That's the risk to reward is there on lottos if you guess right. Man, you can really spend a couple bucks and turn it into a couple thousand guessing right. So, all right, so the market's open. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if the pops continue to get sold. right away. Hanging around the ADMA. What line do I have here? 43.29. Why did I draw that? Let's look on the daily. I had that level drawn out. I don't know if these are blue or purple. Like, I'm colorblind, so or lazy blind. I don't know. Blue, purple, whichever color line this is, I have it drawn for a reason. It's 43.29. It's acting as support. A lot of touches here. 1, 2, 3. You know, just go back and look. It's been support for a while, or at least a reaction. Maybe not support, because obviously you got candles below it. Hourly ADMA is holding. Nice hold. Look at this chop, man. Look at this. This is a 13-point range. How do you trade anything like this? Man. Look at these upper wicks. Look at these tails. I know when the chop is over, I'm going to 10x my trading account. This is without question. I might document the whole thing. I won't make it a challenge because I think challenges are very hard to do. But maybe I'll show my plays after the fact with dollar value. I hate putting my dollar value on the internet. Maybe I won't do that either. Maybe I'll put the percentage gain. But I really I wholeheartedly believe, and maybe this is just exuberance, but I wholeheartedly believe that if you play options the right way, you can. I mean, bare minimum double your account, but I really think there's a 5x, 10x, account strategy out there, especially when we flip bull. Well, boring open. Let's see what Overstock's doing. $30%. What a move. What a move. That's a Overstock reports higher quarter four profit while revenue falls. That's amazing. I guess that's a reason to be up 30%, huh? More profit while revenue falls. What did they do? How do you make more money while your revenue is down? Five e-commerce stocks with more than 50% upside according to Wall Street. I guess Overstock was one of them. I guess I got to read these headline things for from TradingView. Maybe I'll start doing that. Utilize the full features of TradingView. Shoot, no, I don't know how to get back. Oh, I guess this here. Yeah. What else are we looking at? IWM. Small caps. What are they doing? This really is a giant bear flag. This is scary too. Not a huge fan of small caps, so I don't really care. But that's a bear flag. FX Hedge tweets, U.S. officials, Russia may use missiles in its attack. Hold on, screen went off. On Kiev and cause paralysis of communications. I feel like all the news is coming from our side. Like I very rarely hear anything from like Russian officials or anything like that. Interesting. Drop a ticker if you want me to take a look at it. Show me what you're watching. Oh boy, I'm tired. No stimulants today. I didn't have any coffee. No Celsius. Disney with a pop. Small pop. QQQ. Like this isn't. This isn't a vote of confidence, really. This open is kind of weak. I expected a much bigger open after a day like yesterday. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Let's see. D, K, and G. Ooh. Gappy fill on the hourly. Ooh, could you see it going to 22? Let's see what the 15-minute looks like. This is scalpable. When you're looking for volume to scalp, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for that. For sure. That's what you're looking for. Big bullish candle. Huge volume on the 5 and 15 minute. This is what you want when you want to scalp something. That's a good candle. Setting up a bull flag possibly here. You pull a fib. Guess you gotta wait for the 5 minute to close, but you start looking at psychological numbers for DraftKings. $20 will be the next one. 21, or I guess 20.50 and 21. So half and whole dollars. But if you were, well, my buddy picked the complete the wrong way. It sucks when that happens. Huge gap up. But how do you play this? How do you swing something like this? You get, the last 5 minutes of the trading day, you get big volume rejected by the ADMA. Maybe it's something you were scouting, you watched, you got in here on this candle, above average volume, kind of rode the ADMA, upper wicks, should have been out most of the play, and maybe you leave one runner on this right here at close. But all right, let's see if it sets up a bull flag. Scalping 101. Man, I used to scalp so much. Till my index finger would fall off. All right, I guess we can pull a fib. Nice hold of the 0.236. Let's take a peek at SPX giving up the whole move. All right, so like every other day in SPX, you can expect it to go red. Let me not say that. I won't say that. Pretend I didn't say that. You got to go into the mindset of it can absolutely flip red. You know, go negative for 2 seconds, run back up 50 points. Like that's all yesterday was. Yesterday was insane. I think. Let me see if I got this right. We were up, and we got down 20. I think we were up 30, down 20, and closed up 15 or something like that. It's just the swings are wild, man. There's no, how do you trade something like this? Look at these tails. It's just, and the premium just it doesn't move how it should, or how it did in the past. So you have to adjust. DraftKings is gone. $20 is here. You can remove that fib. Wow. Baby short on Airbnb. I'm sorry, Mr. Paperhands. I'm just now seeing that in the chat. I had another window open. Nobody talks about DraftKings in the chat, in the Discord. All right, let's look at Airbnb. Airbnb. You would have been spot on with your short, Mr. Paperhands. Oh, man. Oops. Wow. Said he didn't take it. Oh, man. Ride it open. Fake pump. Sell off. Wow. It's a $4 move. No. $3 move. Lose the ADMA. Now you look for a bear flag setup. Oh, Mr. Paperhands. Why didn't you execute that? You had the right idea. Tell me what you saw. I mean, look at this. It's picture perfect. Hourly bear flag. I don't think it's too late. Look at this. You lose low of day from yesterday, and it's gone. Maybe you don't even have to wait that long. Oh, you were scared. So, here, I'll tell you how not to be scared. You mentioned this at 6:35. So 6:35 is which candle here? Messages are blowing up. Let's see. 6:35 a.m. Right here on the retest. Very low entry trade. So you watch the 5-minute candle. You watch the fake out. You watched it come back down. The test is where you should have got in right when you sent the message. And your stop is just below high, is just above high of day, which is only, $1. There's no reason to exit the trade if it can't get past this fake pump. Does that make sense? So you enter in, I don't know, whatever the contracts were, let's say $1. 0 days, 160, right? So you're way out of the money up here. You're $5 out of the money. But would you say you would have picked up 55% in minutes? But I think understanding your entry and your exit is the most important part. But you had your eye on it. You watched it. You watched the fake out. You watched the pump. but it never broke the ADMA, right? So your entry could have been here. It could have been anywhere in this candlestick here at 635 when you alerted it. And your stop is an easy stop. It's above high of day. 166.63. What's up, Mario? How you doing? And so now let's play hypotheticals. You're still in the trade. There's no reason to be out of the trade. You got in up here. You should have taken profit here on this big red candle here. And now you're letting runners run because all this is going to set up is a bear flag. You're going to get something like that. And then a pop. Another one before finally breaking. I'm sorry I didn't see that, dude. I'd have took that with you. We would have done. We could have done that live. I just didn't have. I didn't have Discord open. I need three monitors is what I need really. That sucks. It just takes one good trade, man, and on a good setup. Like that's really the only way to trade this price action lately. Write it open. That was, oh man, it's picture perfect because you really do have a defined. You really have an exit. Mario, what are you watching, my brother? Yeah, every pop's gonna get sold here. $15-minute, 5-minute time frames to scalp. There's a bear flag. Stop rubbing it in. All right, man. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'll keep a smaller SPX window open for sure. Or a smaller SPX chat window open. That was a good one. That's why I asked you guys to send me what you're looking at, because I only look at one thing. Well, maybe I look at 5 things, but it's never any of the ones you guys are looking at. What's the weather like where you guys are? It is freezing in LA. The weather gods gave us great weather for the Super Bowl and took it right away. Giveth and taketh. All your money's tied up. I know it's not a bad time to have your money tied up, though. I'll tell you that much, Mario. Oof. I'm just going to sit here and watch Airbnb in honor of Mr. Paperhands because it's going to 160. Just because I have to know, I want to see what contracts were like. I'm sorry, dude. You can mute this part of the live stream. A, B, and B. Weekly 160 puts. Brutal. Damn. Brutal. As soon as it clears this tail here at 161, 161.73, it's going to lose 70 cents right away. Especially if volume picks up like it did here yesterday. Watching Facebook, seeing if it might go back to 200 or run to 210. There it goes. There goes Airbnb. As soon as it loses it, fake pumper. There you go. See what the 5-minute looks like. Bear flag broke bear. Textbook stuff. A little bit more downside. You can see some acceleration. It'll just naturally gravitate down to 161. Look at this, man. Dog. Jeez, I didn't even pull a fib yet. Look at this. Look at this. 160. Good Lord. You got to pay more attention. Flush. It's just going to flush. So you should be trimming. If you imaginary traded this like Mr. Paperhands and I did. Oh, that's accelerating too. Woo. 160s would be in the money very soon. Bro, if you don't find some confidence in these trades, Mr. Paperhands, this was perfect. All right, I'm done scolding you about it, but let me know the next time you see something. I'll take it for you. I'll send you a coffee. SPX is slipping, losing ground, kind of as expected. It wants to go negative. All right, next. Look at look at this. Next week I'm scalping, but I'm only scalping the tickers you guys give me. Let's make it a party. We'll do it next week. 20 minutes, 100% play. There's 100% play out there every single day. Every day. Facebook is under the 21 EMA on the hourly, seeing if it continues. It really just depends on what market conditions look like. Josiah. And thank you for coming, as always. You said Facebook. So Facebook. I don't use the 21 EMA. I know a lot of people do. But not something that I use. Too many indicators for me. Come on. Mr. Paperheads, maybe we can spend our imaginary money in the metaverse. Josiah, I think there is more downside to Facebook. 200 is the next test. I think 190 is eventually the number that it lands at. You gotta watch Amazon. If Amazon breaks 3,000, it did yesterday. Got down to 29.70. I think if it loses 3,000 again, I think that's the real move. I think that's the one that brings the whole market down. These are fun. I missed you guys. I swear, every morning I woke up, I looked at Premarket, and it's like, oh, we're up 10 points, but we were up 10 points yesterday. So, like, I just didn't want to hop on and make videos to hop on just to be on here. Mr. Paperhands has reinvigorated my scalping needs. Let's see. Bear flag, 5-minute. Watch tech here. If SPX goes red, everything else will too. All this green stuff you see that's flat, Nvidia is up 0.5%, Netflix up 0.5%. Those things will turn red very quickly. QQQ, SPY is flat. It's just whipsaw. You know, I'll poke my head into, wow, Airbnb, really? Really? 158? It went right to your fib. $2 intrinsic value, brother. $160 to $380 now. They were $480 at one point. I know it. Wow. $450 was their high. Wow. 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 100% play. Maybe do a video on that too. I'll do a video on that. I'll do a quick 5-minute video. Apple's holding so far. I got to get out of here soon. Like I said, I have an appointment at Body Tech in Culver City. So they do body scans. So interested to see how much body fat I have. I have some friends that are doing a challenge. I'm not entering that challenge as I'm physically fit, but I'm interested to see. This was, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna close it. Stop talking about it. All right, I'm gonna get out of here soon, guys. The thing to watch again, SPX. If it goes red, everything else goes red. Could just be a flash. Don't be surprised if you see Tesla touch 800 again. Maybe even flush a little lower, 795. Yeah, 796, something like that. Come back down to last week's low, or was that January? So, if you guys don't have any other tickers, I'm out of here. You know, I appreciate all you guys for showing up. If we get anything crazy, I'll hop back on. I don't have much to do today. Oh, wait a minute, Amazon. Yeah, and we're red. As soon as Amazon went red, rest of the market did. SPX down 2. NQ's down 37. It was just up. Apple can't lose 160. If Apple loses 160, we're cooked. We are barbecue chicken. Thank you guys for showing up. I always appreciate you guys. Drop some comments, some tickers. Send them to me in the Discord, however you can get a hold of me. Instagram, Meet Jason. YouTube, Meet Jason. I'm never on Facebook. I'm going to find some value to add to Twitter at some point. But I'm going to hop on Twitter soon, too. So appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon.